Good morning, I'm Faye Thompson. This morning I'm going to do a recipe of a speckled butter bean. In the South we call it butter bean, but I see on this package it's called butter bean. Sometimes people call them lima beans. I've always liked this speckled butter bean, and this was frozen. This is 28 ounces. I'm going to put the butter beans in this pan. Okay, we're going to put 6 cups of chicken broth in here. A half a teaspoon of salt. We're going to put a half a teaspoon of black pepper. Now we're going to mix all this together and put it on the stove. When this comes to a boil, we're going to put the lid on it and we're going to simmer it for about 25 minutes or either whenever the beans are done. So we'll check that. I'm going to leave them here to come to the boil before I cover them up. We're going to spray our pan. We're going to take a large onion. It's already been chopped up. I'm going to dice up a Poblano pepper to go in this. I love this little cutter. 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I just guess it that. Then we're going to saute our onions in this oil and also our pepper. I love this little chopping thing. It's good for small amounts. Now what we're going to do is just cook these onions until they're translucent. You're not going to brown them or anything. Our beans are boiling now, so we're going to turn those down to about a medium high, and then I'm going to put a lid on them and we're going to cook them. Okay, our onions are done. Now, when our lima beans finish, we're going to put them in this pan with the onions and the pepper and the olive oil. We're going to make a cornbread mix to go on top of this. We're going to use 2 cups of Aunt Jemima cornmeal mix. I like Aunt Jemima. I think they have a good meal. You know, I never buy buttermilk this small a container. The other day I was out, and the only thing they had at our little store down here was this small. But anyway, we're going to add 1 cup of buttermilk. Okay, we're going to put that in our cornmeal. We're doing a half a cup of sour cream. This is not like my buttermilk recipe. And then we're using 2 large eggs, and they are at room temperature. That one had 2 yolks in it. I used jumbo eggs all the time. Okay, we stir this up. And this is a topping for the beans. Okay, the cornbread mix is ready when the beans get through. I think our lima beans are ready now. They look like they're tender enough. We're going to mix our onion and our peppers in there. Okay, we're ready to put this lima beans and mixture into the casserole. And I'm going to use this little pan to dip that because this pan is heavy and I'm not as strong as I used to be, so I'm going to have to, you have to work around that when you get 90 years old. We're going to try to spread our cornbread mix now on top of this. get it as evenly as possible. This is an entirely different cornbread mix than what I make with cornbread. Of course, I use the flour and I don't use the sour cream. I do use the cornmeal mix and the buttermilk. What we're going to do now, we're going to cook this in a 350-degree oven. I got it preheated already. We're going to cook this for 1 hour. Okay, our speckled butterbean recipe with the cornbread topping is ready to go in the oven, and it's going to cook on a 350-degree oven for 1 hour. Okay, our speckled butterbeans are finished cooking now. The cornbread is turned brown on the top. This is the speckled butter beans with the cornbread mix on the top. I hope you try this, and I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you on another video. Thank you.